Research Tuesdays. I have been asked to explain how to create a research space when the problem is a practical problem. How do you actually marry a practical problem with theory in order to generate a research question? So this is a perfect question because you need to remember that the research questions are born from a problem statement that you have to write. And today I'm going to cover how you actually write that problem statement. And I'm going to share with you a set of questions you could pose to yourself as you problematize your topic, narrowing down the scope of your work, delimiting aspects of theory in order to arrive at simple questions that are researchable over a 2 to 3 year period. So problematizing is a very important tool that we use as researchers to come up with research questions to direct our research agenda. You could ask yourself, firstly, what is the practical problem related to your topic? I'm looking at research on the relationship between high levels of unemployment and high levels of graduate unemployment, while simultaneously looking at how is it possible to have such high level of unemployment when over 100 billion is deployed every year towards higher education. So the next question one could ask is, what is the theoretical problem related to this paradox of high unemployment versus high levels of unemployed graduates? There are a number of theoretical positions you could take or theoretical frameworks you could take. You could look at economic growth as a theory. You could look at funding models, funding theories, public education funding theories as a theoretical frame. You could look at governance framework, how governance structures of universities are created and how do they look like. That means you are looking at governance models. So at least I've pointed out 3 different theoretical angles to look at this research question. You need to then make a choice. Which theoretical angle or theoretical underpinning do you want to use for your research topic? Another problematizing question is, why is this a problem? And you need to just answer these questions or address these questions from your own practical experience, because that will give you insights on what to follow up with when you're looking at literature. The next question is, what possible assumptions underpin this problem? It is easy to make untested assumptions, but you want to declare and question these assumptions. And as one assumption, for example, is that high unemployment of graduates could be a mismatch of skills and training provided by higher education institutions that are not required by the labor market. That assumption could be incorrect. It could be that the education at university level is making an assumption that education at early childhood development has taken place, because to educate a human being is not something that starts in a higher education institution. So it is quite critical to understand the assumptions you are making, the untested assumptions around this paradox I've just identified. Another problematizing question is, what are the practical implications of this problem? Clearly, if we continue to generate high levels of unemployment and we continue to generate high levels of unemployed graduates, in fact, Statistics South Africa says there's 33.6% of graduates generated by higher education institutions are unemployed. So if we continue to generate this kind of statistics, it means we are not using our hard-earned, very limited resources efficiently. So it could be a problem for future funding of higher education institutions. So it's something that is quite serious. Another problematizing question is, in whose interest does a problem work against or work for? When you understand these questions, you also are tapping into your own insights and understanding in terms of drawing a sample or the target population for your research project. Why is it a problem is a very good question. Why is it a problem? You might not have the answers, but it opens up a window of opportunity to problematize further, so that when you have addressed all of these questions, you can come up with a set of 2 or 3 questions around the paradox of high unemployment, high budget allocations, and high levels of graduate unemployment. So, with this set of problematizing questions, you are able to marry the practical problems with theoretical grounding. I hope this assists you to problematize your topic and to write your problem statement. See you next week. Goodbye.